very exciting for us as a university because this university has a department of sports. We train in sports tutors, sports supervisors, referees, and many of our students are engaged in sports. So the fact that we could sign 2 MOUs, one, to develop the cricket oval into an international standard, and two, to develop a football pitch to an international standard where people can use it for training for the coming Afrcon competition. I think it's very exciting for the university that we are going to have this facility, which is the state of the art. And this is in line with the First Lady's mission or vision for education in this country. She emphasized on improvement of sports facilities for students and create an environment which is conducive for learning. So students, in addition to having lectures and classes, they need an area where they can exercise themselves. So we are giving away this place for government to develop this facility for the people of Uganda and for our students as a priority.
We are here today because of the project of Afrcon 2027 and CHAN 2024. We have to prepare training facilities that meet CAF standards for Afrcon training facilities. So we have a list of institutions that we are going to be working with to create these kind of facilities. We approached a number of them, but now with the time constraint that we have between now and CHAN, we had to work with the most proactive organizations and entities and third parties that could open up for a quick conclusion of the partnership. Kyambogo University has been very proactive, has made it very easy for us to close this partnership, which we hope will be effected as soon as next week. Updf should be here breaking ground, and by September this year we should have a training facility for CHAN 2024 as the requirement is, to the best of our knowledge. The university is very proactive. This is the second time we are here. The last time we were here to discuss the cricket oval and the partnership to develop this cricket oval right here, which is also in advanced stages. We are getting partners to develop it. But this particular project has its own funding under the Afrcon 2027 project, and we are starting with them, and we are very grateful to the management. Professor Katunguka and team have done an excellent job. We are also very thankful to our ministers who have pushed and make sure that we don't lag behind. Government has guarantees signed to CAF that will be able to deliver on infrastructure, and we are going ahead to implement the directive of the president as far as these facilities are concerned. The entire committee of Afrcon infrastructure and facilities is behind this to ensure that we work with UPDF, the contractor, Ministry of Works, the consultants, to deliver this project.
How many facilities do you need for CHAN in terms of stadiums and training grounds?
Yes. We have the guidance as that Nambole will be one of the main stadia. The same guidance of the president was that we consider Nachivubo if it meets the standards, and also that we build a new stadium in Hoima. But also there's been very good news of a new facility which was approved by the president, and that is Akbua Olympic Stadium, and also which has already been allocated money by Parliament and Minister of Finance in the next financial year. So as a country, we are now seeing 2 new stadia being planned for construction, but also for the training facilities, besides the one that we have at Nambole, because Nambole has the main stadium and one training pitch. So we want to create more to support Nambole and more to support Nachivubo. Then we'll have more that will support Hoima. Hoima Stadium will have the main stadium and one training facility. Then we'll get one in Masindi and others around, 2 others around Hoima. So every stadium must be supported by 4 training pitches. Yeah, so whichever are finally picked to be the competition venues for Afrcon 2027 we'll now have to pick the training facilities around them that will be used for the same. Nambole, of course, is in close proximity with Kyambogo, likes of Makerere. These are all going to be pure grass to the highest level, like what you have in Nambole, and should be ready in time. We are finalizing also with Makerere designs. Minister of Works is finalizing the designs of Makerere. I think there's been advanced discussions with the FUFA and Kadiba, which also will be one of the other training facilities. And that should really lay a very good base. The Honorable Minister, I think, is traveling tonight to Zanzibar. There's a meeting with CAF, FUFA, and the other partner countries where they should get more clarity on the hard timelines and what we need to deliver on. First of all, the pitch, that's the main piece of the facility, that there has to be a pitch, and that pitch should be at the same standard to the one in the stadium where they will play in the evening. So you don't play on the turf, then go and play in the evening on natural grass. It's the same grass, but also the same quality of grass. So it means that we're going to have a nice green pitch here that will have a standard irrigation system, that will have flood lighting. We have to do flood lighting up to 800 lux. That's a lot of light, you know, that you can train in the night without any problem at all. Because when a team comes, it has to choose the times that are conducive for them. For example, if they have a night match, they can choose to have some training at night to acclimatize to that kind of night environment for them. So we'll have a green pitch with flood lighting, with irrigation systems, with standby, of course, generators, water storage system, and also one standard changing room at the phase one. But later on, we've agreed that we'll improve the level of the facilities that we're doing in the universities to a very good standard, that later on, post-Afrcon, they can be able to handle some competitions, some good games. Could be inter-universities, it could be league games. And in our partnership as National Council of Sports with Kyambogo University, this is a long partnership of 49 years. So once this is established, we expect it to be in use for sports for the next 49 years. But also between now and 2027, we are going to stay very close to the management of this facility to ensure that by 2027 it will still be in very good condition to serve Afrcon 2027. Yes.
I'm Engineer Godfrey Kamwachira, the command of the Civil Engineers Brigade. Today we have taken over the site, the construction site, for the training pitch, which must perfect to the standards of FIFA, FUFA, and then CAF. We have been given 3 months to do this work, so we shall work in shifts, day and night, to make sure that we achieve the objective. But we are going to come out with our own work plan, because 3 months may not be achievable. The grass we want on the pitch takes 5 months. So the minimum we can do this work is 5 months to make sure that we construct the pitch which shall be in use, which shall be usable. If we take 3 months, then it shall not be usable. You are looking at the timelines, but for us, we are looking at the real technical issues, the practicability. So the pitch will take minimum of 5 months for the grass to be able to grow, and then we start the first cutting and second, and then putting up the irrigation system, the drainage system, and all the other facilities we want to put up.
Thank you.
I'm happy that here in Kyambogo, you offer courses specifically designed for sports. No wonder we as the Ministry of Education and Sports had to zero on you for purpose of developing sports infrastructure. I have moved across the world, and I want to confirm, when you look at all African games which were hosted in Ghana, it was the University of Accra which hosted most of the games in just concluded All African Games 2024 in Accra, in China last year. Even now, I am meant to go to a city called Dalian in again China. It's a University of Dalian which is hosting International Students' Games. Here in Uganda, the minister thought it wise to begin to push in major infrastructure development to the universities public universities with public land. No wonder we are signing the MOU. And in a special way, Madam Chairperson of Council, I want to thank Professor Katunguka for being steadfast and focused in tapping into that resource from the government. No wonder Kyambogo is leading in this line. I know you might be having some of my members who are conflicted, but they must declare. I'm getting to know that today. I am going to carry out a thorough investigation now that I've come to know that most of them are alumni of Kyambogo University. But besides that, Professor, on day one, when we said we needed land to put up sports infrastructure, he said, no, we have land in Kyambogo University. And I want to thank you, Professor, and I'm happy that your boss is here. Madam Boss, I want to say the university is in the right hands with the right personality who loves sports. And I feel how I wish his colleagues. Fortunately, Professor, you are the chairperson of all vice chancellors. Yes. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now I leave you with that task, that you now have a role to talk to your colleagues at your fora. That hosting rights had a component of us having what they call African Championship, which is a precursor event to the main event of Afcon 2027. My technical team here with I expected to be in Zanzibar by tomorrow. The Confederation of African Football has called on us to go and brief them how far we are moving with the organization of Afcon 2027. So today when I'm here on behalf of my chairperson of the local organizing committee, signing a project, this MOU, for purpose of handing this facility to the contractor, for me as government, I'm ticking my boxes, because tomorrow I have to go and report to the nation, to the continent, to the region. Our bid is unique in a manner that a failure in one country is a failure for all. So if we, Uganda, don't up our game, we fail. We would have failed Kenya and Tanzania. The same to Kenya and Tanzania. If they don't up their game, they fail, they would have failed us. So you now see our bid. It's a bit tricky. That calls for whatever we agree, we must do it. And I'm happy at the regional level, we have a council of ministers of sports. We monitor. Like tomorrow, we have our meeting to take stock. How is each partner state doing in terms of our commitments and our guarantees we gave on behalf of our respective government? So for Kyambogo today, I want to say, for those who didn't believe that Afcon 2027 was a reality, now you can now begin to know and to say we are meaning business. For your record, I want to confirm we have received 152 billion, 30% payment for whole construction of Hoima City Stadium. And we're in the final stages for signing of a contract between MS Suma and the government of Uganda to construct a 20,000 multi-purpose city stadium in Hoima. I also want to confirm 100 billion has been earmarked for the construction of Akibwa Olympic Stadium in Lira City. That also, we are in the final stages with our technical people in discussing on how that project can be fast-tracked for it also to have commissioning. Now, for training pitches, I had 10 to construct. And I'm happy Kyambogo has led. Kyambogo is #1 out of the 10 for us now to say we are ready to go. I call upon the contractor. There's a reason why the President, in his own directive to us, thought about you. I believe in you. We believe in you. You've never failed in any mission. For Kyambogo, I want to request you that we have a timeline which we need the facility ready. That's the facility for CHAN. Tomorrow, we will be able to confirm on exact date. That is African Championship. CHAN is African Championship, which is slated initially for September. But aware of what we are doing here, what Kenya is doing, what Tanzania is doing, we will agree tomorrow in that meeting with the President of CAF and the General Secretary when the exact date of the competition will be. So I call upon you, the contractor and the consultant, we should begin the work as of now that the tournament is in what? September. And I believe you've done it with our timelines we set in Nambole. Here now, you have enough personnel. Fortunately, you are now beginning to demobilize from Nambole, so that personnel should now be brought here, so that from here, you're able to deliver this project on time. To say this, Professor, I was in that meeting when the minister said that we should have universities with conducive learning environment. And we all agreed that we support universities with budgets for having us secure our land. And Kyambogo is again #1. I hope this budget coming, you've already got the money for allow us secure our land. If there is a best person to help you secure your land, it's not more than UPDF. I had encroachers in my land. UPDF helped me to secure 128 acres. And I can tell you today, I am only left with one encroacher. We went to court, but we'll sort that in court. That is the Sportsview Hotel. We will sort that in court. But the rest, you can go there and see. I now have greenery, the entire place, which had been infected by wrong elements. Because for them, a grader is in front, there's a personnel following. Yeah, you don't need, that is UPDF for you. That there's a grader in front there, there's a personnel following. So anyone who attempts to touch that grader, that one gets the best for himself. Because at the end of the day, as long as they have the title and they are aware where the boundaries end, Professor, they will help you secure your land.
Okay.
I also want to say that the little time I've seen them work, there's quality work. Forget about what the other interests are talking about outside. And this is for the media. Most times we are fond of castigating our own for purpose of you wanting business to go to the international contractors. For God's sake, these are taxpayers' money. These are our own children. You can see the head of engineering brigade was graduated from Kyambogo University as an engineer. Can you imagine? So now, how do you then not trust such our own? You're busy going out to talk against them before the public. They're doing shoulder work. They're doing what? I want to say, nobody can build our country better than us. And my message today, that as government, as the Minister of Education and Sports, we have given them, I don't know how many projects. How many? 120 what? 123 projects.
Sure.
That's education as a subsector.
Sure.
Yes, they are constructing our secondary schools across the country as of now. Then there's the health, there's the CAA. So if there's local government, if you talk about the UPDF, I want to say the wars are finished. Where are the wars again? The wars are now is the wars of now developing the nation. No wonder, I want, as I conclude, to invite you to come to Nambole on 7th. If you doubt Nambole, come and see what they have done. We are no longer shy about Nambole. You can voluntarily pay for your ticket, come and see what they have done. And I can guarantee you, there's no pitch in Eastern Central Africa better than what I have. That one I can tell you. No, not even one. Abuse us anywhere, but on the pitch. And I'm very sure, even the running track coming, there's no running track. That's why in this project, I argued with my people here. They told me, is it Kyambogo built a running track somewhere? Yeah, I had thought of, let me have a one complex in one. They know. You engineers, you remember my arguments? Their arguments were that you have already a running track somewhere. And for me, my argument were, can I have the same area have a component of even a running track? Unfortunately, me, I didn't go to the School of Engineering. I was defeated, and in a good face, I did not impose my thinking. But Professor and Madam Chair, I want to say, on behalf of Mama, the committee is now ready. Mama inaugurated the committees. I'm happy Infrastructure Committee is chaired by Ndugu Tashobia, and I see a whole chief government value is here. I see architect engineer Samba is here. Then I'm happy to say that I have another council member there, my sister Cecilia Nyakoi. She's a member of council. Then I have Jackie Basemera. She's our secretary, and she's a principal assistant secretary, Minister of Education and Sports. She's the secretary of law in that committee. So with those many words, Professor and Madam Madam Chairperson of Council, I want to thank you. I want to request that you will have our facility ready. Can I request that you keep for us our facility, so that by the time we reach 2027, it will be a shame that you are a university who have given a first-class facility, then you fail to manage it before 2027. I hope we remain in helping in terms of management of the facility till we reach 2027. But also after 2027, like Chairman did say, our view is that we want to create infrastructure which will help us have even other users use the facility for parts of sports. But that remains at the level of the university management. So we call upon you, particular professor, pick time, get your technical people who should be working with those engineers right from day one, so that they learn. This knowledge transfer must be real. Because what they have done in Nambole, the engineering you teach them in class should be in the engineering which should be applicable in the what? In the field. And as of now, I trust that team there. They have learned a lot. I trust the team of Minister of Work. So I thank you. I wish you all the best. And I say, on behalf of the ministry, once again, on behalf of the First Lady, thank you, Kyambogo University. Thank you, National Council of Sports. Thank you, Updf. And thank you, Minister of Works. I say all this for God and my country. I thank you for taking time to witness this function. Thank you. So I've been told that we are going where?
We need to go to the site officially.